We're excited to welcome in now Dina Lally from TravelOK.com, and you're here to talk about some burgers and a great new ride at Frontier City.
Absolutely. The first place we're going to talk about is called The Garage.
I've been there.
We did a story. Isn't it great?
Burgers.
I mean, they have 4 locations in Norman, Oklahoma City, and Edmond altogether.
4 now? They've already got 4?
They have 4, and there's a 5th one in the future with that. But if you've never been there, it really is a great place to eat. Their avocado ranch burger, it's got my name all over it.
Yeah.
Well, when you walk in, they do have this very extensive menu, and it's their garlic Parmesan fries and their sweet potato fries. It's all good, and it's reasonably priced. There's an area, so if you want to watch the game, later at night for guys who want to go in maybe and have a beer to watch the game, there's that section too. But it's also very family-friendly atmosphere. I love how the fact when I was talking to a couple of the guys who run the place that they originally called it the office. And they started gathering all this stuff, and they realized at one point they looked at it and said, this is stuff we would find in our garage.
Yeah.
And that's why they changed the name.
I'm glad they did, because the garage seems more fun. Who wants to go to the office after you're at the office?
There you go.
Right. Well, one guy, one of the managers said, it's not like we were going to put a bunch of pads and pencils out on the tables. But it's just it's a fun place, and the food is always good, very reasonably priced. And I've been telling people, you haven't been to the garage. And again, where we live in Edmond, that's just right up the street.
You know why? The office is because you can tell your wife, I'm going to the office. Sorry, I forgot something at the office.
Yeah, I'll be back at 10:30 tonight. Yeah. Going up to Tulsa, there's a place that's been there for 30 years. It's now in Utica Square. It's been there for many years. It's called Queenie's. And again, this is that from-scratch cooking where you walk in. The menu is great. Their chicken salad is to die for. And the desserts, you can just stand there and look at it and gain weight. It's phenomenal food. Their strawberry cream pie is actually one of my favorites as well. Ruth Young is the owner, and I love how she said, look, I blinked and 30 years went by. It's one of those kind of places.
Wow.
So they do everything from scratch. They have a huge business. And, of course, Utica Square in Tulsa is just always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Especially during the holidays to go shopping up through there. So
Man, you've got the best job in the world. I'm going to travel to Oklahoma and eat all of this delicious food, and then I'm going to go ride some rides at Frontier City.
What I would suggest is this ride we're going to talk about. It's called the Winged Warrior. Don't go eat all these
and then go ride the ride.
And then go ride the ride. No, actually, it's called the Winged Warrior at the Frontier City. And as we were talking about off camera, it's not so fast that the little kids are going to get scared, but yet it's fast enough where you can have fun. But they strap you in, and the really cool part about it is there are 8 flight cars, and there's a belt buckle, of course, that puts you in there, and it has a giant rudder, so you can control how high you want to go or how low you want to stay. It can go maybe a little bit sideways, but that's actually pretty minimal. I rode this 5 times. I love stuff like this, and it really was. And a couple of times I hit that rudder off to the left, and I went way up by the trees, and you can kind of control the descent and slow down. You can slow it down too. Yeah. It's just so much fun.
I've never seen a ride like that. Yeah, that is pretty original.
It is. They were telling me that I think this ride came from. I'm just going blank. I want to say someplace in Texas, but they saw it and said, "Hey, we want to try this out." And then next thing you know, it's in place, and it opened officially I think last weekend or 2 weekends ago. So from what I understand, the lines have been really very long, and people getting in to ride this again several times. It's just a blast. I mean, my 17-year-old son is like, well, Dad, I want to go ride that. So it's just, take the family out, have a great time. Frontier City, of course, is always a lot of fun. Go out and enjoy. And summer's finally here. If you're in an area where Wi-Fi, your phone isn't working, here's what you need in the car. Go to TravelOK.com. In the right-hand corner, click on Request Free Brochures. This is our travel guide. It has a ton of information in it. It's free. Did I say it's free?
It's free.
It's free. So order this. You can order today. It should be in your mailbox in between 7 and 10 days. Keep it in your car. Keep it at the house, and you're good to go.
You never know when you're going to be out and about in the car and like, where should I go? Where should I go eat? I figured,
do something with the family while you're out traveling.
Absolutely. This is a must-have. There's other brochures you can order. There's the dining guide, which is really great for places to eat. Oklahoma-owned, locally owned places that they get up and they work so hard, and everything is from scratch, and it's just a lot of great restaurants in the state.
Yeah, absolutely. Dina, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure, as always.
Appreciate it.
Great.